So what's going on, guys? My name is Mr. Dalek JD, and what I have for you today is a complete Ghosts and Skulls / Skullbuster Easter egg guide to get yourself a Perkaholic inside of Shaolin Shuffle, and this is a permanent Perkaholic. You'll have this for your entire game, no matter how many times you go down, you'll have it. So it is literally the most incredible, overpowered thing to have, and is definitely going to come in handy for that Easter egg final boss fight. Now, I am currently doing a giveaway on this video where you can win a DLC code on PS4 to download Shaolin Shuffle. If you want to be entered to that, you need to make sure you've pressed that thumbs up button down below, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and also feel free to leave a comment. I want you to leave a comment telling me what your favourite Ghosts and Skulls Easter egg has been. Has it been Spaceland, Rave, or this one? Anyway, the first steps we're going to need to do is we're going to need to clean the Skullbuster machine. So we're going to need to pick up two items. One of them is going to be a glass cleaner, and the other is the rag. So this glass cleaner can spawn in one of three locations that you're seeing on screen right now. It can be in a disco on the top floor next to a pole near the bar. It could be right there. A second location is it could be next to the lockers in the subway station near the Pink Cat Theatre, where the normal Easter egg locker is that you open. If you take a right, it should be on this box here. And the last location for it is going to be to the left of the stage in the heebie-jeebies, so right next to this speaker. Now I'm going to be looking for the rags, and the first location can be on the roof of the disco next to the magic wheel on some wooden pallets. You can see I've got it in our game right there. Another location can be to the left of the Rat King's throne, so just perched on these pizza boxes. And the last location is in the alleyway up the wooden ladder sitting on the floor. So as you can see, it's where the Mule Munchies is. It's where part of the main Easter egg step is. You climb up on here and it should be right there. If you've gotten those two items, bring these to the Skullbuster machine and it will clean the blood off it and give you the first skull. Now for the second skull, you need to make your way up to the roof of the Disco Inferno, and you're going to notice these Mahjong tiles which are going to be all lined up on this rooftop. Now around the map there's going to be Mahjong tiles which we need to collect with numbers and symbols on them. Now, the objective of this game that's being played here is to make it so it displays what would give you a winning hand in a real game of Mahjong. Now if you know how to play this Mahjong game, then you are pretty set to go, but I'm sure 99% of you watching do not know how to play it, and you don't need to learn how to. It is absolutely fine. So I'm going to explain this as easy as possible. So you're going to have a lot of Mahjong tiles on this rooftop already, but you're going to have a few numbers missing, and as you can see in the video right now, I'm going to showing you locations of where you can find every single Mahjong tile that you might need. So just a quick heads up, with those spawns that I just showed you, at least from my experience in the game, we can only find 4 of those tiles out of those 8 spawns. Now another thing to note is that there's a maximum of 14 tiles you can place on this rooftop, and there is a chance that you may not use all the tiles that you found lying around the map. So that's just a quick heads up. Now in the real game of Mahjong, you get points depending on how many pairs of 3 tiles you have in your hand. Now what we've got linked down below in the description is this Japanese Mahjong calculator. You're going to want to open this, and if you notice where it says hand, that is going to be all of the tiles that you have on your rooftop right now. You're going to be wanting to input them in. That second row of icons you can see under the chi, pan, can, and closed can, those are the numerical Mahjong tiles which we have in the game currently. So what you need to do is input the Mahjong tiles you've got once you've ordered them from numerical order, going from the lowest number all the way to the highest. Making sure also that you're ordering these Mahjong tiles in sets of 3, so you have the same number 3 times. And then what happens then is you'll see the calculated hands pop up, and that is the order in which you need to rearrange your Mahjong tiles to match exactly what this shows. So you can see we have 3 1s, 3 2s, 3 3s, 4 5s, and then it ends with 2 4s. But like I mentioned, this outcome is specific to the order of the tiles you've got currently on your rooftop, going from the lowest to the highest, matching all of those 3 pairs, and it will show you which ones you need to slightly rearrange. And once you have used all of the tiles tiles that you have around the map, you should get the fireworks and complete this. Now for our game, we got incredibly lucky because we had so many tiles that we managed to be able to make 3 1s, 3 2s, 3 3s, 3 4s, and then we ended with 2 5s to get the most points and complete the Mahjong game. And by doing that, you should get the second skull. Now skull number 3 is definitely a little bit fidgety, so I advise you to watch this and kind of learn the pattern, rewatch this over a few times so you know exactly what windows you're hitting. But we're going to be spelling out the numbers 1972 as the Skullbuster machine displays. So what you need to do is come to the Disco Inferno outside where the sign is, and you're going to be shooting this window in this exact pattern so that it spells the number 1. Once you've done that, you want to make your way over to the rooftop section just past the dojo, and looking out of this window, you need to spell the number 9. The next window we're going to be looking for is going to be right by Trailblazers inside of the disco. You want to make sure that you shoot all of these tiles to spell the number 7. It is pretty ridiculous. The 7 is sort of like a digitalized version of a number 7. All of these numbers are shot in the way that a digital clock would display them, so you want to make sure you're shooting these exact window tiles exactly like we are, so you spell that out. And then the last one is a number 2, which is going to be on this little window near the dojo. Once you've shot all of those, you'll hear the little skull sound, and you will look on the machine and you'll see we have skulls 3 out of 6. Now in order to start skull number 4, you want to make your way to Racing Stripes. Make sure you activate the chi ability and get rid of the little shortcut so you can hop down, and you'll notice this floating symbol. Now you can only activate this once around, and if you mess this up, you'll have to go another round before you can start it again. But essentially this is a little bit of a hop, skip and jump scenario, when if someone jumps on that first symbol, they'll notice another symbol will spawn in front of them, and you need to continuously keep hopping and jumping, making your way over to the skull that's floating right near the dojo. You'll be jumping in the air, and you need to make sure you do this very precisely. Make sure that you aren't sprinting, you want to make sure that you're jumping and just really controlling your movements here so that you can make it. We unfortunately, well, I didn't manage to, but someone else in my game did manage to jump the entire way and got it. And multiple people can jump to get this at once. You just need to be very quick, that you can all coordinate yourselves so you all jump on the steps at the same time before they disappear. But the main aim of this is to jump all the way forwards until you can make it to that skull and jump and hold it square on that skull. You'll pick it up, that'll be the 4th skull done. Now this 5th skull is honestly hilarious, and one of your teammates, or yourself if you're playing in solo for this, you're going to need to sacrifice yourself. You're going to need to lose all your perks. So you need to jump head first into the train in the subway by Bang Bangs, as there's going to be a skull in front of that train. So as you can see, I launched myself, grabbed that skull, you hear the noise, I picked it up, and of course my teammates revived me, and that is the 5 of 6 skulls. Now the final step to this Easter egg, if you've noticed on the machine, there is a number that you can call. It's 5550152. So what do? You're going to have to go and phone this number. They're going to get a creepy voice who says this for you.
Hello? Hello? I can hear you bleeding. I know you're there. Thanks for calling.
And then as soon as that message is done, you will hear the noise, you go up to the machine, and every single player in the game has to be holding square or interacting with this in order to get inside the Ghosts and Skulls machine itself. Now this is a much easier game than the last 2 Ghosts and Skulls we had. It's simply a game of Candy Crush. You're going to see loads of colours that these skulls are, and you need to pick up these little blocks that match the colour in a sequence of 3. I don't think I really need to even explain this to you. It's very simple, and if you do fail, if you throw a colour at the wrong sort of box, you will get a strike on that, and if you get 3 strikes, you get kicked back out of the game, and you're going to need to go and dial that number again in order to activate the machine. But it's very simple. Once you've completed this, it's not only just one set, there's 3 stages of this, but it's honestly not too difficult at all. It's very, very hard to get this wrong, but if you do, like I said, just phone up, you'll get thrown back in there, and you'll be able to retry this again. But once you are done, you will be rewarded with every single perk, and these are permanent. If you go down and get revived, you will get them back. If you bleed out into the Afterlife Arcade and come back in the next round, you will have all the perks again. You will keep these all the time. The only bad thing is that you'll lose your 3rd weapon as you'll have mule munchies, but besides from that, you keep these perks all the time, and not only do you get all the perks, but you also get Pack-a-Punch guns out of the mystery wheel. You'll see the mystery wheel will have this green light emitting from it, and skulls as well, and every gun you get will be Pack-a-Punch. Now, these aren't double Pack-a-Punch, they're just normal Pack-a-Punch, but this is still extremely useful, saves a ton of points spending on perks and Pack-a-Punching, because you get both of those with this Easter egg, and you can do this in complete Easter egg extremely low in the rounds. As you can see, we completed it before round 10. This is such a simple Ghosts and Skulls Easter egg compared to what we've been used to, that if you get good with it, you could do this every single time you go for the Easter egg. That way you have all the perks, and there'll be a very unlikely chance of all of your players dying out during that final boss fight. But if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to smash that thumbs up button. If you haven't seen my Easter egg guide, that will be for you guys on screen right now. Go over there, watch that if you need any help on doing the Easter egg. Make sure you also check out the other thing on screen now, which will take you over to the ending cutscene for Shaolin Shuffle. You can discuss with some people in the comments on what you think that could lead for DLC 3. Make sure to subscribe for more awesome zombie videos like this from Shaolin Shuffle, and I'll catch you guys next time.